Oh, and I didn't have my bloody microphone on. That was the speaker, so y'all got to hear Maddie chuckling at my dumbass comments. So, good evening. Welcome to Monday night here. It has been a long-ass time. We've had some slight scheduling issues, but we are back in the saddle, so to speak. Working on getting things together for everybody. So, I'm glad to see those of you who are here. If you're not here and you're watching this on YouTube, welcome. A couple of quick shout-outs before we get too far, ball rolling and all that fun jazz. Thanks to Streamlabs, Twitch. If you haven't checked out yet, Little Dragon Corp, our favorite northern sponsor, you can put / Little Dragon in the chat. It'll give you a link to their website. Use Pro Bonus on their website. Get yourself a 10% discount. Basically, depending on how much you're ordering, should cover at least the cost of your shipping, maybe even more if you order enough products. Hey, get your order up there, save some more money. Also, check out ! CCG for Cardboard Castle Games. They're based just south of where I'm sitting right now, and I believe it is Evans, Georgia. They are where Little Dragon is more dice and tabletop RPGs. Cardboard Castle Games has a little bit of everything. If you were watching during our birthday stream, you saw they gave us a bunch of stuff, Magic the Gathering decks, some Pokemon stuff, so all manner of stuff. You can check out their website as well. A lot of great stuff there. I think that's about it as we've got for announcements. With that, we will jump headfirst into probably not as in-depth of a review as most people are going to need, but at least, we're going to try and give you something. So last time most of us were together, our party had been sailing their way east. Having left Dragon's Home and making their way towards Raven's Reef, as a crazy old druid had told our party that he had heard of a group of aquatic dwelling individuals who could change form into animals like our very own Furia, who does have a nat 20 for this evening. So, the group made their way over after thoroughly impressing the captain by basically creating a massive hole in the middle of her ready room that was full with gold. Captain sent people down to hunt for Fabio. Fabio was found seemingly talking to himself, but then brought up to the captain and basically given a bunch of empty barrels and told to start shoveling. So Fabio has been shoveling away as Furia, Art, Sarah, and Snowmoon proceeded to disembark the ship. I believe Lydia came with you guys onto the island, but then went back to the ship. Can't remember if we just left Lydia on the ship altogether at that point, but you guys met a couple of people on the island. You were told that you had met, that they had met a couple of these strange aquatic individuals that seemed to be able to turn themselves into dolphins. They came up occasionally to do trading and then disappeared. Eventually the party made their way down, met a, what looks to be a light, sort of like bluish teal skinned sea elf. Long flowing seaweed green hair, sitting in this, basically in what looks to be almost like a hot spring, like a little pool in this open area that has been created by this waterfall that's cascading down in this massive open hole within the ocean. You also proceeded to meet a red-robed mage who derobed before quickly getting himself into the pool. The party had a conversation with them, found out that they were not from around here, and at least that the mage was friendly or knew Dunbar Mastermate. Basically, you guys shared that you knew that he was trying to find a way home. The mage asked if you ran into him again to let him know that he was here and would love to, be able to make that trip back with him, as him and his family would like to get home as well. They did mention that they resided in the Blood Sea, which is somewhere else that you had heard mentioned in the Maelstrom by Masterme. Eventually, it was decided you guys would start heading back up to the ship. Your friendly mage cast Fly on you, and up you began to rise the couple of 100 feet to get to the ship. Now, as the 5 of you from the bottom are starting to slowly fly up, we're going to jump back a couple of hours in time. Back to the captain's quarters. Back to Fabio. As Fabio has been shoveling gold into these barrels. About half an hour goes by of him shoveling this. He's probably about a quarter of the way through this portable hole full of gold when Lydia arrives back from her little... Again, I'm saying she went to the island and came back because it was a month ago. I have no bloody clue. So, Lydia, as you've separated from your group as they were going to go down, it was decided that you were going to come back and make sure that Fabio wasn't messing around with any of the money. Especially since, and I can't remember who ran down to grab Fabio out of the 5 of you.
I believe it was Lydia.
Okay. I believe it was me too.
So, as you're talking to the group on the island and as they're getting ready to head down, that whole little bit where you heard him talking to himself, just something didn't quite sit right. And you decided that, while they're down there, I'm going to go up and head back to the ship, just in case. As eventually you make your way back up to the ship, you've got probably about, in terms of timing, about a half an hour, if that, before your group's going to be up on the deck with you. Is there anything in specific that Lydia would be doing after that sort of strange occurrence with Fabio?
I'd be poking my head in and just clearing my throat and going.
He's just shoveling away as you do. Yeah. What's up? Yeah.
So, sometimes when I'm lonely, Fabio, I talk to myself sometimes, and I couldn't help but overhear you talking to yourself a little there, and just let me know if you have any problems, okay? Like, don't want to get too out of hand with you just walking around and talking. I've got your back, mate. And I'll like pat him on the back and I'll be like, good talk. Carry on.
Go ahead and make an insight check. As you're looking at him and you're talking with him.
Okay, I'm not bad at those. Oh man, roll 20. I mean D&D Beyond, come on. Give me 1 second, my sheet's coming up.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Insight check. I'm not bad at those. That'll be a 17.
Okay, give me a second here.
Sure.
Check a number myself and...
Okay.
Oh! Well, isn't that interesting? If I do that, I just realized I just lost Maddie's picture.
Oh no!
There he goes. I completely forgot that I used Roll20 for Maddie. Okay. Okay, and you said you got a 17?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so as you're looking at him, you can see he looks down a little bit as you're talking to him, and then as you pat him on the back, he looks up at you. Do you ever talk back?
do I talk back to myself? Are you saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I have a voice of reason in my head that sometimes is my like little Jiminy Cricket conscience thing. But is that what you're talking about? Like a
When I talk to myself,
uh-huh.
it's like I hear an answer.
Now, this answer, this is very important, Fabio. Is it in your voice or some other voice?
He looks down and you could reach up, rubs his head a little. I don't know. What do I sound like? They say you sound different when you're talking than what you're hearing. Just where it comes from, it's right in my ear. I don't sound like me to you.
Is it male?
I think so.
Is
It doesn't sound like you or Cap.
Is it low or is it high?
Sort of low.
It's a little concerning that you don't really know. You know what, Fabio? When you talk to yourself, next time, just, try to find me, and we'll go through this kind of thing together, maybe. And I can see if you're talking back to yourself or not.
Okay.
Okay, good talk there, bud. I'll clap him on the back again, and
He goes back and starts shoveling.
Yeah.
You can see he's already filled 2 barrels worth of gold.
Okay, well that's...
He's been,
that's...
now it seems like he's putting his back into it. And then,
Michael says that we have both promo music tracks running at the same time. I don't know what that means.
well, that's because the last time we ran,
Oh,
I couldn't get the audio to work through Roll20, so I put it on Streamlabs. Thank you, Michael. We love you.
We do love Michael.
Okay. Delete. Transition. Sorry about that, folks. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Welcome to welcome to Roll20. Jesus Christ, welcome to Proficiency Bonus, where all your tech problems come to live. My name is Matthew. I'm the cause or, recipient of 90% of those. Have you met me? I mute myself.
And then they die and then they become reborn again.
Yes, no matter how many of them we, take out in the backyard, no one always comes back.
Oh.
So, oh Jesus, I did it again. Now our cameras are all jacked up as I touch Discord. I'm batting a million tonight, folks. Hey, I'm just not
Is
gonna
he
touch
laughing? Is he crying? That's what it's like being a DM.
Yup.
Oh my god!
So, as you head back out onto the deck, go ahead and make a perception check for me, Lydia.
Oh, I'm better at those. Okay. That is a 12 plus 7, 19.
Okay. So let me find my little thingamajiggy here. Okay. So about this time, you start to see, actually from the rest of you. So Artemis, Furia, Sarah, and Snow Moon. What would your, I guess I'll call it your marching order be as you are flying out of this massive hole in the ocean?
I'd probably be near the bottom or behind, depending on which way we're going here.
I guess I would try to be towards the front if I can, have any kind of influence over where I am.
It's literally, you just now have a fly speed, so picture yourself as Superman.
Oh, okay.
As
Okay.
you pushed off the ground and started flying up towards the air. It's Snowmoon, for you, it's after about 3 seconds, it's somewhat disconcerting as you are just a massive dragonborn. You've got some heft behind you, you've got some muscles, you're used to jumping, but you're also used to that, resounding like as you hit the ground as you come back down. You leapt off the ground and you're now almost 200 feet above the ground, and you feel no pull to come back down yet.
He just is like, whoa, and like kind of looks down and gets like that bit of vertigo feel, kind of.
Okay, so we've got Snowman saying he'd probably be up near the front, Fury near the back. Does that leave our Team Small in the middle?
Tiny.
I don't know. I would probably be freaking out, so would that mean I'm more forward or more back? Probably back.
I would see Sarah just being for art and for Snowmoon, just like, no, like put your arms out like this, like when you're trying to teach a kid how to swim, like
Okay.
this. You have
Alright.
to have the form. You need to be more aerodynamic.
I'll be second then, and then Granny will be
Oh, okay.
coaxing us.
If you do this, you could be like one of those dolls or a top.
What kind of doll are you talking about?
The ones where you pull the string and it goes whoosh.
What?
It goes to the fire, right?
No fun, no fun.
And I'll start kind of like moving my arms like up and down, trying to like see if it actually has any influence.
Oh no.
No. You're too bulky.
This is not natural. I can't do this.
You're.
We're still rocketing upwards.
So yeah, you guys are still going up, and as Lydia, as you start looking and you start to see, and again, you keep glancing back out over that opening, just waiting. It shouldn't. They weren't. If everything goes to plan, they weren't going to be gone a huge amount of time. They're going down,
Okay.
see what they could find out. They should be back soon, and you start to see Snowmoon's head sort of crest out. Again, that slightly sort of panic, sort of wobbling, as he appears to be flying at the moment.
Well, that's unusual for him. And
And as you start to see the others behind, you also start to see some of the villagers are now starting to very briskly run towards the ship. No weapons, it looks like they're in somewhat of a panic.
Like our ship or another ship?
Oh no, you guys are the only ones moored there.
Okay.
They have a couple of small, like small, almost like canoe or kayak, large canoe or large kayak, like fishing ships that you can tell that they probably paddle out and do some light fishing with, but they don't have anything that's designed to be out on the sea.
Do they look angry?
Go ahead and make a
Perception?
not perception, insight check.
mm,
Who's doing it though?
I thought it was you because you're the one who asked. I thought it was you who asked.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I
would
was
want
like,
to know if it's because of us flying that they are panicking.
The 7?
They don't look angry. They are running away from the interior of the small island.
oh,
oh. Maybe I should have looked at the island instead. Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, you can see. You see the older gentleman, the elder, is basically almost being carried, like half dragged, as these people are running. as they seem to be bringing them through, and they are heading right towards the dock. And Lydia, this group is running towards you. The rest of you, what would you be doing as you see this? Again, it's probably like, at this point, you're seeing probably anywhere between 7 to 15 people.
So, are we still, like, in the air? Or have we...
Oh, yeah, no, you're in the... You're basically... You've just flown out of the hole.
Okay.
And you're sort of, like... I guess I'll say banking to head over towards the ship.
Okay, so we're arching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would try to get onto the ship before them, but stand at the entrance just to try to intercept and see what's going on.
Are you making yourself heavier?
Can I cast Calm Emotions in front of me?
On art specific? No.
Sure. What is the range on Calm Emotions?
60 feet.
Okay, and how many people can you hit?
Each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere.
Oh, wow, okay.
On a point I choose, must make a charisma saving throw. It says I can end the effect of Charmed or Frightened, or they become indifferent, but I just want to calm the emotions. Is that okay? Like, if we flavor it that way? Or...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's...
I just don't want them to be scared.
Yeah,
and
it's...
overrun me.
So, let me see here. You know,
I don't want to be trampled.
I'm not going to roll that many d20s.
If I have to turn into a bear, I can, but we'll get
It's
there.
not calming.
I do not want to be trampled by all these people.
I just don't want them to trample anybody on this ship.
Yeah.
What is your save? What's your DC?
15.
Okay.
Something worse than a bear. A flying bear.
There we go. Okay.
I was thinking of landing before being a pig. I should turn into a pig.
Nice.
Let's see. So we've got 2, 4, 6. Jesus.
I mean, they can choose to fail it too if they want to be calmed.
Yeah, you get the strong impression that they're really not. They seem to be like in full panic mode.
Okay.
So you don't really, just from what you're seeing, you don't think that they're really in the spot to go, oh, this may make me feel better.
Okay.
They're just sort of panicking and running, and now they've spoken with people off the ship and they didn't get attacked. So that whatever is happening, they're feeling better about their odds here. So you do see out of the group of them that 8 of them seem to be slowing down a little bit. They are still rapidly moving towards you, but they don't look quite as panicked. There are still 7 though. There's just shy of half of them that are still full on sprint towards the boat. And as you're getting closer, you can hear that they are not really screaming, but they are very loud. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm a large. I kind of count as a large creature sometimes, so I'm gonna put my arms out and go, whoa, whoa there, and try to block the entrance to the gangplank a little, so they don't just come charging up.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check for me, as these the other 8 of them are gonna slow and stop. I am giving them advantage on this because there is a group of them that are charging in at you. Furia, you said you were trying to drop down and help out as well?
Yeah, I would be.
Oh, okay, because you're probably going to get there right about the same time as them. So what would you be doing to try to help out?
I would just sort of be, because I was the one that sort of was the talker before. So I'm hoping that my presence, maybe they'll recognize somebody they know that they can panic to.
Oh, okay.
Flying down from the heavens.
It doesn't matter. I rolled a 4 and plus 2 is 6. I rolled a 6.
Yeah, so even without advantage, they're going through you. That's a 16 and a 20 on the dice.
Yeah, okay.
So, Furia, as you manage to come down and you watch as you see a group of them look up and see the 4 of you sort of coasting down towards the ship. And you see a couple of them point up and go, and your presence does seem to be helping the ones that are already calm, even more so. Like the group of you where you guys had that longer interaction. The other 7 that are still in full-on panic mode haven't seemed to have noticed you and are literally just barreling headfirst up at Lydia. And as you watch, they charge up the gangplank towards Lydia, and it is literally it's a cannonball. They collide into Lydia and run through her. And it's just this group of 7 people that are about, the tallest one might be 5'10", pushing maybe almost 6 feet. As they all collide into Lydia, they just all sort of collapse and sort of barrel roll together, clustered about 5 or 6 feet back as they all collapse. And as you're looking back, and they all start pointing, as the other 8 of them are coming up to the deck and coming over towards you, Furia. They're back! They're back! They're coming for us! They're coming! They all start pointing towards the woods.
Great.
Who's back? The sea people? And I point towards the hole.
No. They come every. They come. It's once a season, once every other season. They come. They take some of the younger ones away. They use them for demand tribute.
Hmm.
What? Who are they? Are they like you? Are they
No,
a
Kozin.
monster?
Kozin, and they start pointing.
Kozin? Is that K or C? Sorry.
C. Kozan.
Okay, K. Kozin. Okay.
And as they start pointing and a group of you turn to look, what you see is a large, hunched, white man-like figure. And as you're watching, has this strange sort of almost half-hopping gait moving towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Shredded, tattered, looks to be very rudimentary clothing hanging off of its broad, muscled shoulders. The legs immediately draw all of your attention as this creature's hind legs are that of a ram. Cloven hooves striking the ground as it, again, has this strange, like, half-hopping gait. 2 very elongated arms almost dragging on the ground, with humanoid hands, though. Long tail. 2 curled tusks are erupting from the lower jaw, and 2 long horns coming off the back of the head. As you watch as this individual comes charging towards the group, then another one, and a third comes charging in towards the huts at first. And as you watch as the 3 sort of turn and look and then turn, and all their gazes fall towards the ship. And they start moving a little slower now, but still that same, again, it looks even more exaggerated now, this sort of strange half hop. So it's like step hop, moving towards the group of you.
I look at everybody. Are we fighting or talking?
One first, then the other.
Fighting
I don't
first,
want
talking
them-
Yes,
later.
like, talk, I guess. I mean, what? I don't even know what these are.
Anyone who wants to can make a, I guess I'll
I
call
wait.
this a, either an Arcana or Religion check.
I was gone for a couple moments, but did we see like them hurt any of the people who are running towards a ship?
You didn't see them hurt anybody. The couple of the people told Furia that these individuals come in and take people for tribute.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think the idea was everybody got to the ship before the monsters got to the
Right.
Okay.
village.
Hurting for later. Okay.
Right, we're having all sorts of tech fun.
I rolled a 19,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't. Yeah, straight 19.
Okay, so no modifier for Arcana or Religion?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Anyone else rolling, or?
I rolled terribly on a religion check, so
Okay.
that's fine.
I could try.
It's up to you. This rolls come in before the result, before you know what happened. So it's up to you if you want to give it a go.
Yeah, I'm not really well versed in that stuff, so I think it makes sense that I would not make the check. So.
Let's see here.
I received a dirty 20.
18.
Okay. So all three of you, what? Oh, you said dirty 20. Okay. Yeah. So all three of you would know. Again, not specifics, but you would know that there are curses that can turn people in to half human, half animal creatures. Some of them, such as the curse of lycanthropy, can turn somebody into a wolf, or a boar, or a shark, or a rat, or who knows what else. But you also know that there are more powerful curses that are used to punish someone that can make that that transformation permanent. You're not sure what this specific. You need to convince this individual to let you examine them to know which type you're dealing with.
So are they have they come to like a stop, or are they just charging straight?
Well, they're not charging. They are still doing that same sort of like half walk, half hop towards you.
Okay.
But they are much slower. They are looking at the ship. You can get it. Snowman, you're a fighter, so you would get this even without an insight check. They're sizing you up. You get the feeling, as they're used to showing up here, beating on a couple of villagers, and walking out with what they were looking for. They're now seeing a massive ship, and they know this isn't going to be quite what they were expecting.
Would I know that these guys probably aren't beast type? They're a little bit more.
Oh yeah, you would definitely.
Know,
yeah, you would definitely know these are not a natural beast. You would know either. Again, with your role, you would know they're either cursed, some form of like a monstrosity, an aberration. You don't know what they are, but you know they are not a natural beast.
All right, so speak with animals obviously wouldn't work.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
All right.
So
I'll
are they?
sort of, if Fly is still up, I will sort of hover overarching them, but not touching weapons. Just sort of moving forward.
Yeah, so Fly is up for 10 minutes. So it, let's see here.
Maybe like half the distance between them.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah, how far away? Yeah, how far away are they from us?
They're probably just getting now to the end of the dock. So they probably got about another like 50 or 60 feet up the dock to get to the gangplank up to you guys. Assuming
so
you let
I'm
them come
going-
that far.
I'm going to promptly try to meet them, right where the dock meets the beach, and just kind of position myself there.
I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
wave at them.
So wait, so you're going right down to the end of the dock, right in front of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Me too, when I want to cast a spell if I can. But I
Yeah,
know
so-
we should.
Yeah, so then we'll back it up a little. So as they're approaching, Snow Moon, you go charging up to the front. Lydia's following behind. Fury is starting to fly over. Artemis and Sarah, what would the two of you be doing?
I'm waving at them and walking over next to Snow Moon.
Oh, okay. And
Have
yes,
to be hot.
fly is probably still going. It's because you can fly 60 feet in 6 seconds.
Oh.
So it would have taken you less than a minute to get to the ship from where you were down at the bottom of the hole. So we'll say you still have 9 minutes left. So depending on how long this all takes.
Yeah, I would just be hovering maybe an inch above the ground and moving that way.
Oh,
Just
okay.
because it's fun. Why not use it?
Dominant.
It looks pretty cool too.
Silver Anakin. I have
Yeah,
the high
going right
ground.
up to them. Go right up to them.
Okay, so and Lydia, you said you were casting a spell?
I'm gonna cast Shatter, I think, at them. Cause we just did we decide? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Whatever.
We decided to try to talk because we're not.
Oh, I
very
thought that we
exciting,
decided to
but-
fight and then talk. Sorry.
Ripperoni.
Yeah, I heard Art say fight then talk too. I mean,
Yeah, me too.
That was question fight then talk, really?
Oh.
Then we learned the information about they might be cursed humans. So I thought that.
Yeah, I thought
Oh.
we have to be
sorry.
hospitable first.
But they
And then
steal
we can kill
children.
them.
Okay, fine. Okay, can I hold an
we
action then?
sure. What is your trigger for it?
If they look like they're going to attack us first.
Okay. So we'll say that that will basically the only way you're going to know that they're going to attack is if one of them takes a swing.
Okay, once
So
one
it
of them
would
takes a swing, I will.
it would literally be like if one goes to take a swing, the two
I
of
will
you would be
release
going at the
myself.
same time.
Okay, that makes sense. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, so eventually the three of them sort of come up. One comes up and is right in front, gets literally right up in front of you, Snow Moon. The other two are back probably about 15 feet or so behind this lead individual. It's standing in front of you and stands probably about 3 or 4 inches shorter than you. And as it's you assume that if it was actually able to straighten itself out perfectly, it would probably be almost a foot taller than you, probably a little bit taller than Lydia.
Ooh.
But given that it's as you're looking at it, the legs are bent as a ram's legs, hind legs are. The shoulders are hunched forward. It looks a little smaller than it is. But it comes right up in front of you and it just sort of looks up and down at you.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of hold there for a second and just wait to see if it's gonna try and do anything.
Seems to be doing the same thing, just eyeing you up and down at the moment.
All right.
So why don't you guys leave and yeah, just leave. Do you have to take the baby villagers and stuff? That's not very nice.
Lydia, that's rather rude.
Okay, do you have to?
What business do you have here?
That's about the way of putting it.
So it sort of turns between the three of you back and forth a little bit. You watch as the head's cocking as each one of you are talking and then looks back at you.
Right. Hold on.
You know what's a good way to introduce and break the ice? I'm gonna pull out a cinnamon cookie. I'm gonna hold it out kind of like how you hold out the treats at a petting zoo.
That's not degrading. You told me to stop them leaving, but
Well, I'm not going to just put it in their mouth. We have to be hospitable. Do you like cinnamon? I have pumpkin as well. Do you like pumpkin?
Is
As-
there any
as you're
intelligence
holding
behind
that-
those eyes?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Me?
Yeah,
Weird.
you asked the question, you make the
Okay.
roll. As you're saying this and holding it out, Sarah, you watch as this arm lunges out, grabs the cookie from you, and immediately jams it into its mouth and starts eating it.
Would anybody like one as well? I'm gonna look at the other ones behind it.
You said
well, yes.
intelligence?
Actually, I kind of get hungry when I'm stressed out. Thank you very much, Sarah.
I was talking to the rams, but okay.
Did you say intelligence?
No, perception.
Perception.
Yeah,
You're looking for intelligence.
Yeah, you asked if there was intelligence behind those eyes.
24.
Ooh.
Nice.
As you're looking at this creature, as it's looking down at Sarah and it grabs a cookie, as you look back, actually, let me take a look at its thing real quick here. You're looking, and you get just from meeting eye to eye for a couple of moments, and as you watch as one of its ears is sort of just like half twitches and almost like cocks, almost like a cow or a horse's ear when people are talking. As you're watching the eyes and you watch it dart around, you are convinced that this thing understands every word that is being spoken to it.
That was the worst outcome. Okay.
Artemis, would you like a cookie as well? Since we're
I
not-
don't know.
It's pumpkin.
What is it? What, Art? What?
Well, this goat man thing seems to be aware of everything we're saying, but apparently is only answering back in a series of bleats, and I don't like that.
It's a
What's wrong with-
dialect.
I mean, most things can understand you. You just don't realize it.
True.
Like those trees back there, remember?
True.
Oh boy, that is true.
Kyria, I know you can talk with some animals. Did you understand what it said, or no?
This doesn't appear to be a regular. I mean, it's obviously not just a goat.
Right.
It's a lot more intelligent than your average. I mean, goats are pretty smart, but I'm not sure that what I can do will allow me to understand, unfortunately. But
Speaking of-
maybe we can come up with another system to understand.
Speaking of things that shouldn't be talking, remind me to tell you about Fabio later.
Fabio
Okay.
talks, so I'm worried
Uh,
about.
Fabio talks to himself and doesn't know people. The point is, we'll talk about this later. Alright.
Oh, okay.
Stamp once for yes, twice for no.
I'm going to offer another cookie to the ram.
Mm.
Alright, this is where we ask the question.
It stomps once and looks at you. It just sort of
Oh,
shakes
boy.
its head a little bit.
Sorry. Yes, do you like the cookies?
One.
Okay, cool.
I give it another one.
Yeah.
Takes it.
Do you know how
See
to...
one of the ones in the back. So basically, you're looking at the point of a triangle.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one in the back right, your back left, or the one to the left side of you guys, takes about 2 or 3 steps forward, and you watch as the one in front's head whips back. Takes a couple steps back.
Would you like one?
The one back there just sort of looks up, but then sort of glances at the back of the other one. It looks like he's very interested, but doesn't look like he's willing to go against this one in front to step forward.
Well, you all need to learn to share. Go on. Hand it to your friend.
This is terrifying. It's just
Hey,
me, or is this
You
just-
watch as this creature that it just sort of towers down, leaning over the top of Sarah,
Oh, shade.
grabs the cookie and literally just without even looking reaches back and just flips it backwards.
Very
And you
good.
watch as it grabs it and looks over at the one beside him and breaks it and gives him a piece of it.
Very good. Very good. Everybody should share.
The
That
one,
you-
the one in front reaches down into the sand and draws 3 straight lines. And then just
You would
points
like
up at the
3
ship.
more?
Oh, they require 3 sacrifices, I guess. Matthew, from a mechanical standpoint, it's that sending means that it can automatically understand me and my message, but since it can answer in a like manner, could I understand it?
Huh. Well, let me just take a look at sending real quick. You're familiar. Here's the message to mine because I can answer in a like message. Huh.
If they could
It-
understand us, I mean.
Right. This creature says it specifically cannot speak. Does not say it cannot communicate though. So I would say, based on the spell, sure.
Clerics are fun, guys.
You're just
Okay.
bleeding inside your head.
Totally was a cleric last night too. It was so fun. I can ask it a question or two if you have any things specific that the yes or no's don't cover. But I can only do this up to 2 times, so be careful with what you want me to ask them, because otherwise I will probably ask them their favorite color.
Well, we want to know if, not necessarily how they became like this, if they are indeed cursed, but whether they're able to go back to what they were before.
Well, that's a yes or no question.
Well, the first part wasn't.
I look over at the point of the triangle person, goat. Pointedly.
You can see the wheels sort of turning, and it's at the same point. It's just sort of like
Are you
that was a
cursed?
lot to follow.
I'll rephrase. Are you cursed?
Yes. And I'm just going to say yes or no rather than the stopping to
Yeah.
make it easy for
Okay.
everyone.
Do you know how to get better? Fix it?
No.
Do you want to?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Art, do you know any magic that could help in this case?
But then immediately after you get the 1 stomp for yes, and then about 3 seconds later you get a 2 stomp.
They don't.
You're
Oh, magic can't help.
happy?
Oh, sorry.
You're happy being what you are?
You get a no.
Is it?
But you
don't
think
like...
magic can't help?
You get yes, no.
No. Some magic.
So, a special type of magic.
Or maybe they don't know.
Yeah.
Immediately hand points at Art and a yes.
Okay.
Okay, oof. Alright.
Well, Art, what can you do?
Haha! Not much!
I can't cure curses, but I can cure blinded, deaf, and paralyzed or poisoned. That's about it.
Well, I don't think there are any of these.
No.
Well,
Do you
If
have
I give them the wrong cookies.
detect
then maybe.
magic?
Oh, I do have detect magic.
To see what... I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I might
It's a
have
wizard.
something that might help, but I might need to take a long rest to, like, activate those powers.
I can definitely detect magic right now if you need me to.
That might help.
All right, I will turn on what my verbal guys can see, and I will turn on detect magic.
Oh, okay. So immediately you do get an aura from these creatures.
Hmm.
and you get a. This is probably the brightest glow that you have seen as of yet from any sort of magical aura. You get the sense that this is extremely, extremely powerful. It appears to be some form of a transmutation magic.
Well, Art, I'm sorry, but you might need to be a little stronger to combat this magic. It's very, very blindingly bright. Oh my god, my eyes.
Do you know who did this to you?
Yes.
Are they on this island?
No.
Would they be able to reverse it if they were so persuaded?
But you watch as that one seems to almost throw him for a loop.
Lydia,
Yes.
ask why they need the villagers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's not really a yes/no question.
Okay, well then, I will send them a message.
Okay.
Well, you could just send the message and have them respond and just tell them they only have a limited number of, because they understand us fine.
Right, you only have 25, words. Please, make it brief. Do you need the villagers? What do they ever do? No, just why do you need the villagers?
There we go.
Okay,
It's like making a haiku in English class. Where
It's
just-
Is it?
I love the
sending a
limit, but it
message?
drives me nuts on the fly. As a player, sending is great because you've got like 15 minutes you can think about how to say it.
Yeah.
I was like, "Shit, they're gonna ask this. I know they're gonna ask something. What are they gonna ask?
It's snowing on Mount Fuji. It's
Cherry blossoms in the spring, Japan.
Yes.
Snowing on Mount Fuji.
Okay, let's see here.
everybody just like type it into a Word document.
Okay.
1,
It gives you the word count.
3, 4.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to finish an essay.
Oh, okay, there we are.
Ugh.
That's how I finished all my essays. It's snowing on Mount Fuji.
And you graduate.
Okay, there we are. So after a couple of seconds, you get in this very deep, sort of almost animalistic sound back. Ritual for Shub Nigurath, black goat of the woods with 1,000 young. Orders sacrifice for women.
I will relay that to the group. Cause I should nigger wrath orders sacrifice for them. Yeah, you heard him. Okay.
And is this related to your curse?
No.
Oh.
Well, if it's not related to your curse, then we don't have to take anyone then. Wouldn't you rather have something more substantial than human? I make a wonderful herring pie, and these potato scones, you should really try them as well. You know, my Albert, he always used to say every Thursday.
I'm gonna like drag her back a couple
Oh,
steps.
okay.
As Sarah's saying this, you get two very emphatic stamps down as this creature is now looking down at Sarah. And it points at the three again.
Perhaps
Oh,
they
I'll
need
start to.
these people in order to keep living where they are living. I'll
That's
make a point to look at the first goat. Is that true?
What did you say exactly?
Perhaps they need these people in order to keep living where they are living in peace.
Again, you get yes, then no.
Can you stop these sacrifices?
No.
Do you want to stop these sacrifices?
Hmm.
You get no, then yes, then no.
Like each one answered, or the same one?
It's
Did
literally
yes,
like he
no.
stomps twice, then waits a second, then stomps once, then waits a second, then stomps twice.
Maybe,
It's complicated.
It is
maybe we can find a different way.
Perhaps. Maybe. Actually, you're not here on the island all the time, are you? You.
No.
Where do you. Is it a different island you live on? Do you live on a different island? Or is it a different world?
Are you extraplanar entities?
These aren't yes or no questions.
This thing is
on
looking
your edge.
between the two of you, and just basic
pointed at,
insight is
Lydia.
wondering. You can tell it's wondering if the two of you are stupid.
Yeah.
It really has no clue what the hell you two are talking about at this point.
Do you teleport to this island? Or swim?
Yes.
Teleport or swim?
Could you take us to where you came from?
Looks down, points at the three, and then stomps yes.
Oh, well.
Anybody want to be bait?
I'll be bait.
Or we can just, leave them to their thing and continue on.
No,
I mean, what would it be bad if they brought back more than 3?
I'll be bait.
I'll be baking for some bait.
I'm gonna start going towards the kitchen.
Okay, well,
I'll,
Granny's out.
I'll grab the back of your shirt and just sort of stop you from going back to the ship.
Would it be bad if you came back with more than 3?
I'm posing the question to
Yeah, it sort of reaches up and
head
Yeah.
goat.
looks back at the others and says, "You get no and then yes again." It doesn't really seem sure.
Do they?
So it points. It looks at the group of you and you watch as it then puts down 2 more lines and looks up at the group of you.
Very good. Very good. Counting.
I think he's good enough to count, and he can handle complex sentences. I think he's all right.
So he points down at the 5 again, then stomps once for yes. And he watches. He seems to count out a couple of seconds and then stomps twice for no. And gestures back at the group of you.
Alright, I've got an idea. Granny, you can be a little stealthy stealth. Why don't you, weave with us? And, Furia, you can be whatever you want. So you can, kind of do that thing, and the rest of the 3 will go with them willingly as bait. We'll
Well,
take a
we have
to take-
an issue there.
Why?
They asked for women, and well,
Oh,
Go look at Snow Moon.
oh, sorry, I didn't know they asked for women.
Maybe.
Are you saying that
Snowmoon
out
can-
loud?
Yes.
Stamps twice for no.
oh, okay. So we don't have. I was going to find you a beautiful gown. Oh,
I mean, he could have
beautiful.
borrowed the captain's gown again.
But he looks so good in flowing clothing.
Maybe just like a couple pillows or something, just strategically placed. Anyways.
Well, should we let the captain know where we're going? Or are we just gonna go and hope we make it back somehow?
Well, maybe we should let her know.
I should probably give the cook my recipes just to be safe.
I don't know where we're going to tell the captain where we're going or not.
Well then, what about the village?
Well,
Right.
they stay on the boat,
Until we
going-
get back. Yeah.
and they're
So
Alright,
we should
then
we
let's
should
go.
probably tell the captain then. Hey, here's a whole bunch of people on the boat.
Well, if we leave with these 3 fine people, the villagers won't have anything to worry about.
That's also true.
So
I'm
I
going to be
say,
quiet.
say let's go.
Until the
I'll,
next time they
I'll
come.
turn into a fish of some sort, and 3 of you can ride, and somebody maybe could ride me.
As you say that, Snow Moon, you do hear a single stomp from beside you.
What did someone say?
Until the next time they come back.
Even if we stop them this time, this is not the first time they've been here.
That's why we're
True.
going. To
But-
see what we can do about it.
We're going to make sure there
I'll go-
won't be a next time.
I can always message the captain where we're at to have her pick us up, but I'll go tell her we're leaving again. Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if she knew that we were back.
Well, now she
Right.
doesn't have to know.
She'll be wondering where I go though, because I actually work on the ship and have a job here.
That's true.
I
Mm.
need to talk
Well,
to you more.
whatever you're doing, do it quickly. Don't want to keep these people waiting.
Should we talk about Fab? No, we'll talk about Fabio later still. Okay. And I'll run over and I'll try to find the ship's captain. Excellent.
Easy enough for you to run back. You can see some of the more panicked people, seeing that you're dealing with it, have sort of calmed down. The group of them are all sort of huddled towards the, basically as far away from these individuals as they can be and still be on the boat. But eventually you find the captain. She's down, sitting in her quarters as you watch as Fabio is currently shoveling the. Looks like he's got about just shy of a quarter of the gold left in the portable hole.
Okay.
See, he's now got another 2.5, almost 3 barrels filled since the last time you were in there.
Captain, I'm gonna head out with the gang and the goatmen. Try to resolve a couple issues there.
I'm sorry, when did we get to Goatman?
Oh, the same time we got about 15 people on the ship that aren't supposed to be here from the village too. We're going to resolve it.
Lydia, what the hell did you do?
I don't know. But you stay here and you count your money and be a happy captain, and I'll be back in a jiffy.
I like
Look at all the gold.
And you're just taking off and just
Yes, I'll run back.
as you start taking off, you hear a yelp as you hear something. You're pretty sure that the captain just hauled off and smacked Fabio for whatever he thinks you did.
Okay, okay.
Eventually, you just heading straight back to your friends.
Yep.
Okay. Make your way back to the group. They're all waiting there for you. The goatmen are there. Beside, again, that same one is at the point, and then the other two now is they've sort of, while Lydia was gone, those of you still remaining saw the other one sort of turn back and sort of gesture the other ones up, and they sort of spread out and have started to almost wrap around the point of this dock that stretches down onto the beach. And again, they're still about 10, 15 feet away from the group of you. But as you, as they see Lydia starting to come back, the one in the front looks at Snow Moon still front and center, gestures at your sword and starts gesturing at the others, and making a gesture like hand it over.
And I'll like look at my weapon.
As you look at the weapon, it nods and stomps once, yes.
I will open up the bag of holding as an alternative option and start putting my weapons in it. Actually not my weapons because I'm going to be a fish. But I'll still hold it open and operate around.
Yeah, I'll put my weapon in the bag of holding.
Okay.
And I'll like turn back to it and like gesture, like satisfied.
You get a no, but it doesn't seem to argue the point.
Mm.
Are the rest of you turning over your weapons as...
Oh yes, I'll run over and see this happening and hand in my crossbow and my warhammer. That's what I have.
Artemis, what do you have a quarterstaff, if I remember correctly?
I have a bunch of knives and a spoon of the grapefruit variety.
Okay, are any of those exposed on you where this creature would be able to see it?
Probably not.
Okay.
Except for the spoon.
A strange bone spoon. A bone grapefruit spoon, if I remember correctly.
Yes, give me a couple moments and I'll shimmy up you and get at your eyeballs. I don't know.
And Sarah, what about you? Any knives sticking out of Granny? Okay,
Not
that
at
sounded
the
a little...
moment. They call me the Iron Maiden.
But no, all of my
Granny
stuff.
goes in for a hug with knives just sticking out of the inside of her. Like,
The Lavisters send their regards.
With your age, you might be a little bit rusty. I'll leave.
Walk up.
The goat just throws me off of the dog.
Eventually, as you all start loading your weapons in, the one in the front looks at the group of you, just sort of gives a very sort of curt nod and turns and starts leading away, heading back towards the interior of the island.
Get
Yeah,
offer
start to
the
follow.
other. Get offer the other two that only got half cookies, actual full cookies.
Here you go. Oh, it's very nice you shared, but it's just so neat.
As you do that, they both take one and then they fall into place, again, falling about 10 feet behind the 5 of you, leading you in towards the interior of the island.
I think this is gonna be fun.
Oh boy, it's gonna be something, alright.
As you start continue your way through, you can see there is a fairly wide track through the undergrowth here. As they lead you back over towards the village itself, and then up behind some of the houses. You can see that they actually trampled through a couple of the fields and just completely just wrecked a good portion of where the crops were. As you guys are making your way towards the village, Lydia, you being used to hearing this, can hear the captain's voice hollering from the deck, screaming at people.
Uh-oh.
It seems like Captain ain't happy to have a bunch of randos on her ship at the moment.
Oh no.
So it sounds like she's throwing everybody off, but it seems
Oh,
like
I'm gonna get it when we get back.
you're pretty
Well,
sure she's not going to do anything too rough to the
We tried.
individuals, but eventually you guys are walking for
Okay.
probably about...
Well, I'm gonna get to yelling.
Guys are walking for probably about 20 minutes or so. And you end up finding your way into what looks to be a small clearing. The ground is burnt and charred in a sort of a strange pattern. Anyone who is proficient in the Arcana skill can make a check if they'd like. I think that is probably only going to be Art. Don't know if anyone else has it.
Is this magic?
Don't look at me like that. You're going to throw me off my game. You threw me off my game.
I'm sorry.
When Granny gives you the evil eyeball, that one eyeball sort of pops out 3 inches.
Got a 10. Thank you.
Oh no.
It's as you're looking, this is definitely a destination for a teleportation circle.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Something is marked this and uses it to move things to this island. And you can see the ground. The jungle is overgrown everywhere outside of this area. But this area is burnt down almost bare. To where you can see the runes, again, slightly smoldering. It looks like these 3 have not been on this island for very long. As the first one walks into the middle of this large circle, goes over to basically the far side, standing just within, and then turns around and gestures to the group of you into the middle of it. The other 2 that were following behind are sort of coming into close ranks and are sort of trying to herd you into the middle of this teleportation circle.
I can't help but notice that this kind of looks like there was a big fire. Are we going to be incinerated?
You're asking the head one that you guys have been talking with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look over and you get 2 stomps.
Okay.
Okay. Art just waits there for a couple seconds in case he decides to put yes or okay. Okay, sounds good.
Can I insight check that answer
Yeah.
we were just given?
Art
go
is
ahead.
making peace.
Okay. That is a nat 20.
Ah!
Okay.
I'm gonna stop
So
looking
it's...
at you.
You don't think that this individual is misleading you, but at the same point you realize it is very difficult to read this creature based on nothing more than
Bleh.
yes and no that it's stomping to you. You can't hear any stress in its voice. It's very difficult to read, so you don't think it's lying to you, but yeah, you're not going to get incinerated. We're going to teleport you and drop you into a blender. You've got no idea what else may or may not be happening on the other side of this.
That's
Maybe I
not
should ask
wrong.
where we're going.
Yes.
But then I'm out of their level spell slots, so you decide. Wait, I think I got one left. Hold on. How many do I have? That's all. No, I got 2 left. Okay. We just have to be careful.
Or
Do you think it's worth asking, Lydia?
Where we're going? Well, I want to know if we're going to the plane of hell or not, but
Depends how specific you are. I mean, they could just say a room or water or, you know.
And if it helps, you are aware that they were looking for sacrifices. So you're pretty sure you're not going to the plane of puppies, bunnies, and ice cream sundaes.
damn it, I love that place.
We're going to have
Unless
to
you know you're going to be made
ready
into the
to-
ice cream sundae.
Ooh.
to deal with some stuff as soon as we get there.
Strawberry
I mean, it's not going to be puppies and butterflies.
Okay.
and ice cream.
What's ice cream?
What is iced cream?
Oh, you've never had it? Well, you
Is it
see, it's
cream
this.
on ice? Wouldn't that just get
No,
all water?
no. So you take a metal bucket and you fill that with cream and sugar, and then you put it in the middle of a tub of ice and
I'm going to
salt.
walk into the center of the birthplace.
You can add little flavors and fruit if you like.
Basically, ice cream, you know when you get a bottle of milk, it's that stuff on top when it's frozen and you just lick it off. The point is, it's very good, very rich, very creamy. I'm gonna walk in the center of the circle as well.
I will go along as well.
Yeah, I guess I'll follow as well.
I don't think I've ever had milk. I am in the center of the thing as well.
You've never had milk from a cow or goat.
Of
I
course.
look at the goat person, very scared.
I mean, I've milked a cow.
Maybe we should just get on with it. I'll say to the goat. The
As
goat in the cart.
Art looks up at this creature, Art, you notice all 3 of them are now staring at the cow person.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm a cow person. I completely
And as the 3 of them,
Furball.
as the 3 goat people are
Oh,
looking
we
at the
lost that one.
furball.
We lost Catboy.
it's you know, it's not cannibalism. It's fine.
It is vegan though.
Yes.
What's that?
And with that, as you watch as the 3 of them, all 3 drop to their knees, and Lydia, you actually get the sense that they are praying.
Oh dear.
Huh.
And all 5 of you start to feel almost like the hair on the back of your neck is starting to stand up and prickle. As you get almost the sensation of an electrical charge, like static electricity dancing across your skin. As the ground beneath you starts to warm and illuminate, and you watch as a small pinprick of yellow-orange light starts to glow and fill as the ground begins to almost look as if turning into molten lava, with this sort of rolling reddish yellow orange filling this circle. As the circle fills, you watch as it then starts to sink into the ground, and that same black etched, scorch marked circle starts to illuminate in those colors. And then slowly, dark black smoke starts to pour from it,
Oh, we're going to hell. I knew it.
obscuring the view of the outside. As you feel the ground fall from beneath you. And you are enveloped into dark. as you feel yourselves falling. That's where we're going to take a break this evening.
No.
As you are currently hurtling through a portal
Shit.
to somewhere where sacrifices were needed for the women. Which, very nice use of sending. I did not anticipate that.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
So we will be back in just a few moments. Thank you, those of you who've been hanging out with us. I saw Jazzman in there. I saw Michael Provo being in there. So thank you all. We will be back in just a couple of moments. We're going to be gone maybe, 3 to 7 minutes. Restrooms, fill up our drinks and all that fun stuff. But we will be back and find out where did our party agree to just go to get, sacrificed and, to who. Questions, maybe you should have asked before agreeing to become a sacrifice.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh, good idea.
We'll find out
I
soon.
don't know anything about religion.
We'll see you in a few minutes, folks.
Yeah.
you had these cinnamon
Glad I'm
grapes?
back.
They're very.
You have returned, and as you have just heard, Gaoying Zhong Duguying. My pronunciation is shite, because it's been a long time since I even looked at Mandarin. But basically that means motherless goat of all motherless goats.
There we go.
As our party, after discussing milking goats and cows, has been transported by 3 goatmen to a strange place, and they are currently wandering through the vortex. As you feel yourselves starting to slow, the darkness around you starting to fade to almost a charcoal and ashen gray. And then the column that you're within again starts to turn back into that light smoke from burning grass as the fire and flames beneath you seems to die down, and that same appearance of that molten ground just recedes back within. You find yourself standing outside of what appears to be a small orchard.
What?
Oh no. It's not
Looks
like a
to be-
familiar.
No, it is not that
Okay.
orchard.
It's not the orchard that you're not allowed into on Fridays?
Oh dear Lord, no.
Okay, good.
No, although if all of a sudden it turns out Ilmater is the black goat of the woods with 1,000 young, I will laugh like hell, and then we will have to revisit this conversation in a flashback.
Yeah.
No, this looks to be just a small, as you're looking at the trees, they appear to be apple trees. As you look out around you, you are standing next to what appears to be a barn.
Well,
Small wooden structure, painted some deep shade of red. Off in the distance, so looking straight at the trees at the orchard, off to the distance to the right of the orchard, you can see a very heavily wooded area. As you're looking off towards those trees, you can see the trees themselves look sickly, darkened, blackened almost. There are leaves on them. They look full grown, and if not for the strange coloration of them, you would swear it was just another dense forest. As you've landed, all 3 of the individuals start poking and prodding and basically pushing you towards a small doorway in the barn. Do you go with them?
Does it look dark in the barn?
Go ahead and make a perception check. It does look, it's darker than where you are right now. As you're standing out here, it looks to be about midday. So it's definitely darker inside than it is out, but...
Is
7.
As you try to look in, just again, being sort of out in the sun, thrown into this dark cylindrical area during your transportation, then dumped back out into the sun, you are still seeing stars. It just shades of light and dark. You really can't make anything out within.
Gotcha.
is the world just kind of normal looking, minus the sickly trees? Is there any hellish hue about the place?
So, without even making a perception check, as you look around, looks fairly normal, as best you can tell.
This is delightful. This isn't how I expected at all. This is so nice.
I don't trust it for a
Nice.
second.
But
Oh.
we're here to be sacrificed. At
Yes.
any moment, I mean, as soon as we step through that door,
Yeah, I'll look to the like leader of the goats. Is this where we're meant to be sacrificed?
And you get that looks a little bit, and you get a yes, and then about a second later, a no.
Will we be killed if we walk through that door?
You watch as again, you can tell he's trying to think, and there's no.
immediately,
The minute you say
Disintegrated
immediately,
if
you
we-
get a no.
Alright, team.
Oh boy.
Is it-
Dibs out of going first.
Fair enough.
so we're walking further into the sacrifice progression if we go through there, but not immediately.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to peruse this orchard, so
I'm gonna like try to toddle away.
And as you start walking towards the apples, one of them sort of circles around in front of you and starts, again, hands sort of out to the sides in front of you, like starting to gesture back towards the barn.
I'm going to duck under his arms and keep walking.
Okay, he is going to attempt to grapple you.
I am going
Okay.
to attempt halfling nimbleness.
Okay.
It just says you can move through the space of any creature that is a size larger than yours.
Okay, so go
I am
ahead and
going-
we'll say, make you can, are you proficient in acrobatics, we'll say?
Let me check.
I'm assuming you probably are.
I'm wondering if I
I-
would grab Granny or not. Let's see.
I am not. Actually, I am. Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and make an acrobatics check then. So this will be a contested check as he is trying to grab you with athletics and you're trying to basically dodge out of his grasp.
15.
Okay, and that's with your modifier?
Yes.
Okay, as you go to dodge it, he just manages to scoop up and picks you up in one hand.
Oh!
And it's just literally like right by the back of your outfit, it's just sort of carry you and walks towards the barn and sets you now in front of everyone else, right in front of the doorway. Sets you down, lets go, and then walks back.
okay.
Granny, don't split up. We don't know where we are.
He almost showed my knickers.
Well,
But was it
Yeah.
exactly his fault?
No, but you never show us ladies. Brazier and such. Anyway, on to the barn.
You do know we're pirates, right? Like, the rules are a little bit looser here. Never mind.
I'm just gonna
I'll
try and-
start heading for the barn door, just
Okay.
sensing the tension here.
It seems to just be an open doorway that leads inside a barn.
As I walk in, is there anything out of place seeming? Any other people in the barn?
And go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. 17 plus 2. 19.
So you definitely see some other people within the within some areas. As you're walking in, you do see that there are off on. So as you guys are sort of coming in this entrance door on one side, on the far end of the barn, you can see a group of look to be very slender individuals. Over a couple of minutes, as you're sort of being, all of you are being brought in and sort of steered over to the left as your eyes adjust to the lower light conditions in the barn, you can tell that every single person on the far end of the barn appears to be a woman.
Are there any like farm equipment around?
You don't see any equipment as you're being sort of led in and gestured, and you're noticing the pens that you would normally expect to see, horses and pigs and cows. Every one of them is a cage.
Are there
And-
any like pitchforks?
Humanoid women?
They do appear to be humans. Well, humanoid, so either like elf.
Humanoid,
They're,
right.
they're not
Right.
goat people.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay, as you're looking around, you do see a couple of, like the stereotypical like pitchforks, couple of large size they used to reap the grain, on the far right-hand side.
Oh, would you look at that? So authentic, eh, Snow Moon?
How would I know?
Eventually, they sort of gesture you over towards a cage. Looks to be about a 15 by 15 foot holding pen.
With the other women, or
No, this is on the left-hand side. So as you're walking in, picture you're walking in, and the pens where the animals would normally be are on the left-hand wall.
mm-hmm.
And these women are doing something on the far end of the barn. They're just out
Okay.
out and loose. They're doing whatever.
Okay.
And these like cages are empty that we can see. Or...
So you guys are being escorted over to the third cage. The first cage you walked by had a couple of people in it. The second one was empty. The one they're putting you into has, well, looks to be what you're assuming is one person. There's a small huddled individual in the corner.
What is the state of these individuals like? Are they like emaciated or?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Is
Okay.
my detect magic still up? It's for 10 minutes.
And that's-
So you used it at,
To see if they were
walked-
cursed.
we
Never
We
mind.
saw-
walked
no.
for 20 minutes.
yeah, so you
Oh
were
yeah, I
walking for a
forgot.
while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Because
you,
I was
if
gonna
you
ask-
want to try to reactivate it, I don't know if you have the ability to do it again at this point.
No, I
or-
can't right now.
Okay.
I
And
think-
that was a dirty 20 on the roll.
Oh, okay. So the first cage, they definitely look emaciated. Looks like they've been there a little while. They look weak. They look thin, but they don't look. Again, they're sitting in a cage. It's
hmm
for being a prisoner. They're looking okay, you guess. The huddled ball in the corner of the cage you're currently being gestured into. It's hard to. You're really not able to get a good view. They're just sort of curled up. It looks like a ball of rags almost.
And I guess in the barn in general, like, does it look like sacrifices had gone on in here at all?
With your roll, you're not seeing anywhere that really jumps out and screams. A sacrifice chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Basically the midsection and the right is all open. There are other closed areas as you get further to the far side of the barn from where you entered, where those women are currently doing whatever they're doing down there. But you really can't see what's in those other cubbies further up. You can tell the one immediately next to you, immediately to your right, is another cage. Doesn't appear to have anybody sitting in it.
Would it be possible to try and stop at the first cage with the emaciated people?
You can certainly try.
I would like to try.
Okay. So how are you trying to? Are you trying to sneak away from these individuals, or?
More kind of like when you're walking in a museum and you kind of do that lean back, kind of walk backwards.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
it's it- As you slow down, it seems like one that grabbed you sort of trails back a little with you. Hasn't made any move to stop you as of yet, but is sticking pretty much right beside you.
I would like to pull out some cookies and put them through the bars of the cage.
As you reach out and do that, you watch as one of the two individuals turns and looks at you. And as they look over, you see they both appear to be very dirty. If you had to guess, probably late teens, early 20s. Some sort of elven descent, but boys. As you reach in, they look at the cookies at first, then look at you, and immediately recoil and pull back as far as they can to the backside of the cage.
Okay, I'll just leave these here for later, dearies.
And then I'm gonna offer one to the goat that stopped with me.
Don't worry, plenty for everybody.
And then I'm gonna
Reaches
keep
down
walking with my group.
Someone brusquely pulls it out of your hand and starts chewing on it again.
Yes,
You
very.
get the sense that they really enjoy them, but they really don't like that they like them. It's like, God damn it, this is good.
You see, the secret is you have to sift the flour. People always forget that, but it gives it a lighter texture. And nope, we're still walking.
And so as this is going on, the rest of you, this first one gets over and opens the gate, and you, all of you know, it's just even with your passive perception, the huddled sort of ball in the corner does very so slightly shift, then just sort of go back to its curled up form.
Hello, can you understand us? Do you need healing? Are you okay?
Again, you watch as it sort of shifts a little bit. Doesn't seem to respond right away, and the goat beside you sort of reaches out and giving you a couple of you a little sort of push towards the entranceway, trying to get you in.
I'll go in.
Okay.
Yeah, I stroll in.
Yeah, I guess I'll go in too at this point.
I suppose so. Oh
How-
gosh.
How big are the gaps between the bars, or is this kind of like a checkered chicken wire sort of cage?
So it is I guess we'll call it a standard cage. So it's just vertical bars with a couple of horizontal. So overall, the gaps between them are probably about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches.
Okay.
And it has horizontal bars. There are a total of 5 horizontal bars across the 15 feet. So for you, there's probably about a horizontal bar every 2.5, 3 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna follow my party into the bar. The
Woo!
my brain was like barn, cage.
Hello.
And I'm gonna try to go towards our little bundled cellmate.
Oh, okay.
Do you know when I'll turn towards the goat, fellow and say, do you know when we will be called? What?
As the group you go in, you watch as the door closes, turns a key, pulls the key out, and stomps twice,
Okay,
and then just starts walking away,
great.
taking the key with him, heading further into the area, towards where you saw all the women.
I'm gonna try and introduce myself to our cellmate.
I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
keep an eye on the goat person and what he's doing, as well as listen in on the conversation.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna be at the bars as well too, like looking out.
Hopefully, my dark vision can help out
Yeah,
in that area.
Well, now that you're in there, it's really not that dark within. It was just being outside in like high noon sun, trying to look into a dark room was not fun for anyone. So okay, so we've got those Art and Lydia. What would you two be doing?
I'd be helping Sarah because I'm kind of concerned about this individual as well.
Oh, okay.
I would be seeing if I turned myself sideways because I squeezed through the bars.
That's it. You try that and immediately realize that it's only a couple of inches.
Okay.
Artemis, I'm sorry. I should have warned you.
That's fine.
I don't want to break it, but I want to like kind of test the strength a little bit of these bars, like without really,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, I'm not planning to break it, but just to like see if I can get a sense of, if I tried to, what would it take?
Go ahead and make a strength or athletics check for me.
Okay.
Can I help? Oh,
18.
okay.
Okay, so as you pull on a little bit, you do feel like you don't think that's enough to do it. You think you might be able to get some play in it
Okay.
with a little help. But as trying to do it yourself like that, you just don't think you've got enough in you right now.
Okay.
But we will jump over to Sarah and her cohorts at the moment. As you approach this individual, and first thing you notice is that they are as you get closer, this individual is extremely frail. Again, you'd almost say emaciated. Looks to be in very heavy, dark robes. Sort of huddled in the corner. As you're in there, you can hear after a couple of moments just sort of a raspy, almost wheezing coughing.
Was it Artemis or Lydia? Which of you could make water and food for our friend here?
I can make some water, but
I can make food in the morning, but
no water.
I offer a cookie. They are a little dry, so I would wait for Lydia to make and/or create.
I can create 10 gallons of water or rain.
Would that might be a lot of water for this barn. Well, at least for us to stand around in.
if you have a bucket, you can fill the bucket.
I do not have a bucket.
You do see a bucket in the corner.
I don't.
Ooh.
Is it a clean bucket?
That's probably not a clean bucket.
Some of you will know better than others. It is
I will
probably
not go near it.
Lydia,
Maybe just
Do
have
I-
the cookie. It's okay for right now, maybe.
Yeah, it's up to 10 gallons.
okay.
You don't
Oh,
have
oh.
to create all 10
Oh,
gallons
okay.
at once.
Up to okay. Do we still have like our water skeins on us and stuff like that? Like, can I just give him one of those?
Oh yeah.
Where would you
Forgot
have
that
it? Where would you have been keeping it? Would it be on your person? Or
I
would you
thought
have put it
so,
in the back?
but-
Well, I'm asking you. Would it have been on your person?
Yeah,
or
I would
you
have kept my
put-
water skein on me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you've got water.
would.
Okay, I will pass him over my water skein and I will offer him a drink from it
Oh,
and say I can make fresh if you need that too.
So as you do your sort of weekly, again, you see more robe than person. Just comes up and as in you hear a couple of swallows, then it's handed back over to you. You see a small shock of white hair from underneath the robes.
And what brought you here, dearie? Besides the goats.
As again, the face doesn't turn at all, just this huddled mass of robes is there in front of you, and
Stamp once for yes, twice for no. Do you understand?
Oh my goodness.
Lydia is a universal translator.
After you seem that. What happened to my? Really, stop killing me, Discord. Give me a second. We lost all our videos in Discord again.
Oh no.
No.
Hold on me.
I'm gonna pick my nose.
Of course, you say
Doesn't
that
work
as
if you
I'm.
tell us. Gotta do it subtly.
No, we're not. Turn off. Turn on.
Wait, I'm picking my nose right now. Can't see it, but I am.
Really? Why are you doing this to me, Roll 20?
As we all know, women have a third nose.
Mm.
Where's
Wait,
the
where's
second
your
one?
second?
Wait,
Where's the second one? Wait a second.
Why?
I know you can't smell out of your first one. What's happening here?
what?
She can't smell.
I have to put you over here or something?
That's so sad. I'm sorry about your
Everybody
thing.
says that, but it's not that sad.
Well, you would know, I guess, but you're
You-
yeah.
You ever,
Really?
you ever
Is that
Dutch
what?
up? You ever Dutch oven your wife by accident because you can't smell, but she can, and it's cold in the winter?
No, I don't have a wife, but if I did,
You all are in the wrong video chat.
oh,
Y'all are in general. Do me a favor, can everybody real quick jump over to Roll20 voice?
Yeah.
Then turn your video back on for me.
Yes. I didn't realize. Why are there two chats in here?
yeah, I got confused when I signed on. Sorry, guys.
That's
Oh,
alright.
that's,
Kepling,
no,
come
that
over.
didn't fix it.
Kepling.
I thought maybe that was my why my video never works or something, but nope.
No, that. Someone just like dragged
No.
Kepling over here.
Oh,
There we go.
There we go.
there we go.
I found her.
Just took a while to load.
Hmm.
Can the stream still hear us? Or?
Yeah, the stream can hear. I apologize, viewers at home. We have lost our party for some reason. So we're let's try. If I bump you
We
back
went
over
into
here.
the barn and it's all over.
It's
folks.
very
Never
dark in
seen
here.
again.
Okay, Sarah, can you try turning? Sarah and Kepling, can you turn your video back on?
Oh wait, yes.
Oh, yeah, there it goes.
So I'm gonna do something a
Sorry.
little different here. Give me a moment, folks. We're gonna go add. So where this is gonna be a corn butt. We're gonna call this temp video. Okay, just bear with me one moment, folks. I apologize. We are just literally chopping up our video so I can put a temporary video with all of our lovely players on here. Of course, you're going to have to do a My Ugly Mug twice, but, you know, hey, small curses.
You mean handsomely dashing?
You're just hoping I don't kill you all tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so there we go. We have a... Okay, that's it. I apologize for the hideousness of this temporary layover. Whatever the hell in bejesus I'm going to call
Overlay.
this thing. We're just sticking them over my head right now with a little mini thing transition. There we go. We now have temporary people above me until I can figure out why Streamlabs hates me all of a sudden. In the meantime, this strange individual does not turn to acknowledge you, but you do hear them begin to speak.
Oh, dear.
I am here waiting for you.
Nope.
Oh, um,
I turn around from the bars at this point, like, what?
that scared the bejesus out of me. Or Njord.
So everybody else hears them talking like that.
Speaking of talking, Pavio's starting to talk to himself. Been meaning to tell you that all day.
We might need to deal with this right now.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
We'll put a pin in that.
Alright,
We'll get back on the boat.
that's what I told him to. Anyway, yeah, that was creepy as F.
So we all heard that.
Yes, you all heard them.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
You've been waiting for us?
Yes, you were due here. I assumed a little quicker, but time can be so difficult to predict.
Who are you doing? No. You.
You watch as the individual turns to face you,
Oh dear.
and you see a very frail, what looks to be human male. Very highly pronounced cheekbones. As they turn to face you and sit, their legs crossed, their hands long, spindly fingers. Again, very pronounced knuckles and joints, like almost like there are no muscles within the fingers, just almost skin and bone. As you watch as the fingers move deftly. Artemis, your first thought is seeing this, the way this person moves their hands, is this is obviously someone who does not use, assuming that they're a arcane user, this is how somebody who uses spell components would move their hands. Sarah, as you're watching this person could pick locks like nobody's business. Nobody's fingers are meant to move like that. They seem to be just a master of manual dexterity. As they look across to the group of you, there are those who call me the master of past and present. All doors open for me. As they look back at the group of you,
Would the one of this cell be openable for you?
Great question. Also creepy. Don't like that.
the door, this cell is not important. This is merely the location I had to find you. There have been many things, many items you have been seeking. You are missing one. It is in my possession. And as they say that, they go, you watch as the hand disappears within the sleeve and starts to pull out. And just flashes a piece, and all of you recognize it looks to be that missing piece of the one sidearm of that small replica of the portal you had been collecting. And as they push it back into the sleeve of their robe. Right, many things you have stepped in. Some of you selected by fate. Some of you lost, trying to find a way home. Some of you not even knowing what you're doing here yet. I can offer you a way, but there is a price to be paid.
Right.
I have a feeling the price is souls. Is anyone else thinking souls? Good, good. Lydia is on the same page as me.
Well, what is this price that you ask of?
I have made many mistakes. Many things as I waded through the river of time. Things that need to be set right. I have need of individuals of your skill to set right the wrongs, care for the weak. In payment, you can leave here without meeting, without sacrifice, and with this little trinket I carry. And with that, slides it out once more and sets it on the ground in front of them.
What about the others?
They are of no concern of mine. As I said, I am here for you.
I'm sorry to hear that, Granny. They're here for you. You finally caught up.
I accept.
Oh, damn it.
Maria,
So you'll give us this relic, and you'll help us escape from here. And all we have to do is help you right these wrongs you speak of.
Yes, I will send you to a location to serve as your domicile. And it will enable you to best reach those in need of assistance. As you take on these tasks, you may find other payments, shall we say.
You know, evil people think they're right sometimes, and they're not. They just think they are. So how do we know that these rights to be wronged aren't wrong? Right. Guess what?
Lydia,
Oh dear, you know my name. Oh crap.
I have walked through the waters of time. I have seen where you come from. I have seen where you end.
Alright, I volunteer.
Wouldn't it be
Already did.
fascinating to find those answers for yourself?
Alright, I'll do your bidding too. But Lord help me.
You watch as the individual turns to look at the other three of you. Sarah, Artemis, and Snowmoon.
Well, they're offering the last artifact we're looking for, and I don't see any other way out of becoming a ritual sacrifice, so I accept as well.
It is a wonderful choice, although with your strength, I'm sure you could have fought your way out. If properly motivated.
If it had come to that, I certainly could have.
Why
This individual
doesn't
looks
it-
over at the small gnome and halfling.
Why? How do we know that this is not a wrong needing to be righted?
I think that's what I meant. It's a
So
better way
you
of putting it.
consider your own life a wrong that needs to be corrected by sacrificing it.
That wasn't what I said. What I was asking was if we leave these people to be sacrificed, how is that not a wrong to be righted? They did not choose to be here like we did. They were taken. And I believe we can fight our way out of here. And perhaps meet you, whatever you are, some other time.
As you watch, this individual takes their hand out, reaches into a small pouch at their waist. Watch as they take a couple of things out and start muttering and wave their hand. And you watch as an image appears on the ground in front of you. And you see a group of women wearing very similar clothing to the ones at the far end of the barn. You can see them moving and dancing around a small circle of flame. And you can see the flame starts to dance and move with them. And then the smoke starts to coalesce. And you watch as this shape of a dark, pitch midnight black goat humanoid starts to appear. And as these shapes start dancing more, and you watch as small daggers come out as they slash their own hands. You can see blood dripping onto the ground. You see a group of men and boys huddling behind trees, watching. Then a couple of them pick up stones and start throwing them at the fire. And you watch as this shadowy image turns and then gestures. And as a couple of the individuals start to run away, a few remain and begin to change, becoming those very white-shaped goat humanoids that brought you here. As this small display ends, the individual puts their hand down and looks back at you.
They tampered with the ritual. They made their choice. You were brought here to be sacrificed to the same god. They've earned their place.
I'm gonna go with the spooky voice. That's weird for me to say.
Artemis!
Yep.
As
So
you
we're
say
just-
that, Artemis, this voice turns back and looks solely at you,
Oh dear.
Sarah. And then leans a little closer to you.
And you who was chosen by fate, put on the path, your hand forced. You still haven't figured out what it means, but you will. But not if you die here. Aren't some things worth the price to know?
You watch as they sit back and you see just a small, looks like a gold coin as they just sort of flick it across their knuckles, rolling back and forth.
Sarah, I don't think we have much choice. I mean, what could we even do to help them?
There's weapons. There's weapons.
I think the best... I don't know. I don't see any other options.
Furia can turn into a mouse or small animal, sneak through the bars.
And then do what?
We to fight.
Maybe once we're out of here, we can try and put an end to all this, but I think we have to be out first.
We can't always fix everything we come in contact to. Not right away.
So we're just accepting a person who just has the artifact because they have the artifact. We don't know if it's real. They made a spooky image with magic and know a couple of things vaguely about us. And suddenly we're all gung-ho to sell our souls for this.
I'm not selling my soul.
Can we see the artifact?
It's on the floor right in front of us, I believe.
Yeah,
I mean,
they set
I-
it in front of
Can
you.
can I pick up the artifact and look at it?
Just gesture towards it.
Alright, so I'll pick it up.
It is
I
not
guess-
like you can get out of here without my aid.
Exactly.
Can I? Yeah, I guess I'll just like turn to the group and so everybody can look at it. And does it look?
Who do
From
you
seeing
serve?
the other ones,
Oh.
It looks very similar from what you can tell.
Okay.
I mean, the other ones you currently have stored away, so.
Yeah.
It could be enchanted. I don't know how magic works, but it could. Excuse me. It could just it be a brick, magicked.
If if we did say we did try to break out of here, and we're looking for this artifact, right? Would we still be able to just take it? I doubt it. How would we ever get back to it again?
I don't know. But I don't like it.
I don't like it either, Granny, but it's the only option we have right now.
Well, I've made my choice. I don't need to tell you why. I've made it so quickly. But
Do you want to tell us why?
maybe later.
Okay.
When we're talking
But
about
we're waiting.
Fabio.
Yes, all that above.
Are you coming with us? Or are you fighting your way out?
Fine. I'll go. I accept. I agree. To clap my hands, click my heels, pinky swear, whatever.
Are those all halfling rituals?
I think one of them is.
Okay. What does this pinky swear you speak of?
I think it involves cutting off your pinky or
Oh
something.
dear! I would
Maybe
much
it's
rather
why
make
you
a verbal agreement.
stick out your pinky when you drink tea?
Oh, okay, I've heard of that too. Yes.
I think you have to have 5 fingers to understand some of these.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have those. I
I
actually
don't
have 10.
Mm.
So we're selling our soul to the demon,
Well, we're not-
ethereal.
Selling our souls, we're just...
First of all, there's no soul selling. Second of all, we don't know what it is.
As long as it's not the Prince of Worms, I think I'm okay.
I am a man, and I am not asking for your soul.
We're good.
There we go.
Could you tell us what some of these wrongs are that we are to right for you?
Perhaps we should move to a more pleasant location.
I agree.
Apparently, we're just going to let everyone in this dimension die, so I mean, there's no really any witnesses.
I mean, there was that giant water dragon that ate people and stuff like that. We didn't do anything about that.
Yes.
I didn't think we could. I wanted to.
Me too.
You didn't do anything either.
No, I'm a bad.
Arguing is not going to get us anywhere. Let us just escape here and figure it out later.
Fine.
As you're having this conversation between yourselves, those of you who are actively, well, I guess I'll phrase it, more actively watching this individual, watch as, again, the hand goes down and starts rummaging around in the pouches on the belt. And then a couple of more small things come out. And I'm going to say Artemis. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
I'm not looking at you this time.
17.
Hey!
You figured out the key.
Shit on Granny night, apparently.
As you watch as this individual starts to move their hands around, and you can hear them chanting, and you watch as out of the pouch, and again, sort of hidden within the hands, all of a sudden you see a rather large diamond appear and then it starts to crack,
Oh dear.
and then it splinters and shatters into a cloud of dust. And the dust frames the back wall of the cage in a large oval. And you watch as a shimmering, mist-filled portal appears in front of you. Please, step into my den.
Will we be eaten once we enter your den?
I go
I mean,
through.
Well,
Viria!
I go after Viria, and
Eating? No. Eating? Perhaps.
ooh, food. Okay, yes, I'm definitely hungry.
Can I insight check the demon?
Of course.
Why is it the one time I'm speaking reason? Everybody goes, no, Sarah.
That's a 2.
This is the most trustworthy demon you've ever met.
Hmm.
And you've met a couple.
I'm poisoning all of your lunches.
This one is trustworthy. They're not looking at Lydia's rack. So we're good.
Hashtag not all demon.
Episode title, Not Looking at Lydia's Rack.
Hashtag not all demons.
Oh. I'm good. I head on in.
I go into the portal and... Sure.
Yeah, I'll go in next. I'll step through.
Okay, as the group of you step through, and this individual steps through immediately following you, you find yourself standing on what appears to be the front porch of a rather large wooden building. The individual steps forward, all of a sudden leaning on a staff that they didn't seem to have a moment ago. Walks up and opens the door and gestures for the group of you to enter.
do they appear different, or is it just the staff that's like an addition?
No, there's still, again, that same long flowing robe. The only difference now is there's no like hood up. So before you were seeing little shocks of white hair at points, they are just walking through, again, very thin. And again, I don't want to say skeletal because, you know, D&D, we all think lich.
Yeah.
But it's just very thin, almost emaciated, just... And again, I almost want to say almost looking anorexic. Just
Gaunt.
Gaunt. Thank you. Perfect word. Like cheeks are sort of sunken and hollow, very pronounced cheekbones. And then this about shoulder length flowing white hair. But again, looking at them, you definitely see rounded ears, assuming human, and look to be, you would guess, maybe 20s.
What?
But literally stock white hair, not like gray, not silvered, like white.
All right. I guess I cautiously go inside of the building.
As you walk in, the first thing you notice, it seems to be a large, somewhat welcome, almost like an antechamber, or like almost like a lobby. There's a fireplace off to the side, a couple of small round tables, some chairs. It's a small, looks to be a small welcome desk at the front. Chair sitting behind it, book on the counter, no one behind the desk.
Is there a bell?
Does not appear to be.
Um.
Has
Do we
the
sign in? Then. Just.
As he follows you in.
No, there would be no purpose in you signing in. This is yours. I told you I would provide the location.
By location, you mean boat, of course, boat.
I don't know if this is a boat.
I don't think it's a boat.
No,
Oh no!
this is not a boat.
I don't know what to do on not a boat.
And you will learn.
Oh.
There is a small office and coin to hire your staff.
Well, you said we could start discussing what one of these wrongs is once we got to a safer location, so...
Sound it.
First of all, I'd like to know your name, if you don't mind, sir. You seem to know us.
Or at least
Decently.
something we can call you.
Call me Telpa.
Can you spell that?
Telpa.
Telpa. Okay.
Oh, that's mysteriously close to something. Okay.
What? Tulpa?
Yeah.
The thought monsters? Yes. Okay. We're on the same page.
Oh, great. Oh, wonderful.
Just saying, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, coincidences. My name is similar to Lydia.
Opheria, I mean, people mess us up all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Player knowledge?
Yeah.
Well, for the players, it's literally nothing to do with any of that.
Okay.
The name is designed based off of the person's role.
Okay.
So yeah, if it sounds similar to something, unless you know a foreign language, probably not it.
Okay.
Well, Tulpa isn't English, but.
Oh.
No.
Alrighty then. So, nope, still not what I was thinking then.
Okay.
But eventually this individual sort of gestures you towards the back. As you do get there, you do see that there is already food prepared. And as you're coming up, you can see there is trays with all manner of fruits and things on it. A literal entire roast pig. There's a couple of different fish plates. Potato, just all manners of different types of food. There is a small barrel of ale on the side. A couple of bottles of elven wine. One small bottle of dwarf spirits. This individual sort of brings everyone in towards this room.
As I said, I was expecting you. Now, as I said, there have been many problems caused. Powers that I have given aid to some. They have used it for dark purposes. It is time that I have repaid my debts.
And with that, they pull out a small, what looks to be a small piece of parchment. And rolls it out in front of you. And on this parchment, there are 3 names currently marked on it. And give me a second, I gotta jump over here so I can find where I am. Okay. One of them is listed as Orlumbor. One of them is listed as Candlekeep. And one is listed as Succumber. Lydia, out of those, you have probably heard of Orlumbor, as that is an island on the Sword Coast. Artemis, given your studious bent, I'm assuming you've probably at least heard of Candlekeep. I'm not sure if anyone would know of Succumber. As they slide this over to sort of on the table towards the group of you.
These are just 3 potential starting points. Once it becomes known that this establishment is open, more will come. Candlekeep, a wonderful repository of knowledge. A wondrous place to seek the meaning of symbols and words and phrases. But you must bring a book to view a book. Or lumber, a small, out-of-the-way location, but in need of aid nonetheless. And Succumber, a rather devious group of brigands, has now taken hold there. Unfortunately, due to some gifts of my make.
This person then gets up and walks over, and as they approach, you see they're opening what looks to be a doorway. You see it's got 4 locks, 2 on either side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a single bar running at the top of it. This takes a group of keys and unlocks 4 keys. And then with just a wave of his hand, the bar raises off and then opens the doors, and you see it looks to be nothing more than a cabinet. Only about 2, maybe 2.5 feet deep. But sitting about 6 inches off the ground is a small platform with an oval indent within it.
Your artifact can be assembled there, should you choose to make use of it.
And he walks back over and sits down and starts eating.
I will start eating as well. So are you to remain here while we go out and caveat about town, or are you going to, go somewhere else less creepy?
No, I long to return to my long sleep.
Your long sleep. That's not ominous at all.
How
It is a great effort for me to leave my resting place.
So, if we complete the 3 names on this list, and then what? Is there a way for us to contact you?
The individual sort of gestures towards the cabinet.
Assemble your doorway. There is an item within the chest in the orifice. Walk through the doorway holding that, and you will be brought to me. Or remain here and do what you will with this establishment. It may aid you in your search, or aid others in their search for you.
Where are we?
As they gesture into scroll comes flying over from across the room, lands in front of them and rolls out and is a map of the area.
Okay.
And for those of you who are in roll 20, which you are, but you aren't, so I will share this on a second here. Come on. God, stop bouncing around. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get my reveal thing. Then why are you not revealing? Supposed to reveal when I do. Oh, there we go. I had it on high. That's why I wasn't revealing. Okay, so let me bounce you guys over to the map here. Okay, so you guys are currently, as he pulls over the map. And actually, you know what? You are looking at the entirety of the area, so why don't I just go? Okay, so give me a second so I can pop back in and actually shift ping you. So he points out that you are just west of the Trialta Hills, which are right here. But that's caps, that's not shift. There you go.
What? Wow.
Now I'll stick a. What did I just grab? Ah!
Well,
That is a
oh.
giant crocodile. Okay. There you
Ah!
go.
And then the
Okay.
crocodile comes.
There you go. So you guys are
Okay.
roughly where that giant crocodile is.
Okay.
We're a long way from Kansas.
I don't think that's how it goes.
I guess we'll have to
Eh.
tell the captain we're not coming back. She'll
Oh.
have to, deal with the gold all by
Yeah.
herself.
Mm.
Guess I'm not getting the portable hole back either. Oh well.
Oh no, all my candles! Oh, this is horrible.
Oh, it's almost like we didn't think everything through.
I'm sure.
You watch as this individual laughs a little bit. And then looks at the group of you. There are modest supplies in your rooms upstairs.
Art's eyes get really big, and they try to figure out where upstairs is.
Usually up the stairs.
Usually, yes, good.
When you guys walked through that main hallway and you kept going towards the back, you would have noticed there was a stairway heading upstairs.
All right.
I'm going up that then.
Okay. So as Artemis disappears off to the head upstairs, the individual takes a couple of more. You notice that while they seem to be eating, they really don't like. You notice it's like somebody picking at food to be polite. It's like barely touching anything, just little nibbles here and there. And then looks at the group of you. And it seems as if the Queen is calling. My time here is done. Good luck.
Thank you.
And then as you watch, right in front of you, this individual seems to fade into nothing. Everyone except for Art, go ahead and make a perception check. As Art just went upstairs.
I would like to use my nat 20.
Okay.
That's an 11.
17.
13.
Okay. So, Snowman, what was yours?
11.
Okay. So, Lydia and Furia, you both rolled over 15. You both noticed on the seat where this individual was sitting, it's a small folded piece of black cloth with a small piece of parchment on top of it.
I'll scoop it up and unfurl the piece of paper first, and then see what's up with the cloth.
The parchment just has 2 words on it. Beware Fabio.
Ah!
What?
And the cloth?
As you start to unfold it, it starts to look very familiar. It is in fact a portable hole.
I should wish for things more often. Look at this. I'll attempt to fold it back up, but as the last time, it doesn't work. I get it wrong.
And as you're opening it, you see there is still a rather large amount of gold in it.
Oh,
As well as one of the other items that you guys had scooped into it. From the Dragon's Hoard. Looks like this is actually your portable hole.
Oh.
hmm.
Did you tell us beware Fabio, by the way?
I would have read it, but I'm assuming you're probably looking over my shoulder.
Yeah,
Yes.
you literally saw it at the same point she did.
Okay, okay.
Sigma and Snowmoon didn't notice it sitting on the seat, but I'm assuming the two of them noticed the two of you jump up like, ooh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll fold up the hole again, and Lydia, maybe now is the time to tell us about Fabio.
All
And
right.
I'll turn the note around to the other two sitting at the table.
I'll just take it. It's fine. And what was that you were folding up there?
Our portable hole. It still has some gold in it and
Oh.
piece of dragon treasure.
I guess Telpa brought that here too. I don't
Also,
know.
we can bring holes, but we can't bring people.
Did you want to put the people in the hole?
Well, I wanted to think of something.
Well,
Maybe.
it's over now, Sarah. So you can't
We didn't
save
really exactly
everyone.
have control of the situation.
So are
Artemis,
you going to
Can't-
tell us about Fabio, or are we just
I think
leaving?
Artemis should be here because I'm
you're
trying
right.
to seek their advice on what to do. But yeah, he talks to himself, and I don't think it's his voice that talks back to him.
Oh dear.
Maybe it's the demon that brought us to this mansion.
Why would the demon tell us to beware of Fabio if it was indeed Fabio that was serving the demon?
What did you
Does-
ever think of, like a double cross or a triple double cross?
No, I
Does-
don't.
Fabio know who's talking to him? How did you figure this out?
I walked in on him talking to himself one day, and probably earlier today or yesterday, in fact, I walked in on him talking to himself, and yeah, I just sort of sussed it out of him that he didn't exactly know who was talking back to him.
Hmm.
So it's a little scary. Fabio doesn't have the most creative mind to maybe have a imaginary friend per se, but it's a little concerning, to say the least.
I wonder if it has to do something with the ship. We did hear something running around on the ship and we never found it.
Right.
I mean, beware. I mean, just because he hears voices,
I think that
I
it's
don't know.
more leads to a bigger problem, Snowmoon, like, you know, how the symptom leads to the disease.
Well, I think we should make use of this food and check out our rooms.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a plate of some of that roast pig. Maybe some fish too.
Alright, it looks like there's a small feast sitting here.
Yeah,
We're
he's
going-
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
yes, he's just gonna say he's not gonna be modest. He's just gonna start piling up and.
So we're going to pan upstairs as Artemis has wandered off. And Artemis, so first thing you notice as you get up to the stair, as you climb up the stairs, is again, this is a deceptively large building. As you climb up the stairs, first thing you notice is on the left-hand side there is what appears to be staff quarters. And as you open the door, there is an actual bunk room. And you just sort of scan through, and there's a total of 5 rows of beds, 3 sets of basically double stacked beds in each section. As you continue down, there is a door entitled Owners. You open that door. It opens into a small, not too small, like about a 10 or 15 foot wide, half circular room with 5 doors. 2 directly on the sides, 2 next, and 1 in the center. And it seems to run directly around the room starting on the left. Artemis, then Lydia, then Furia, then Snowmoon, then Sarah, then Snowmoon.
I'm going into my room.
As you walk in, the first thing you notice is a couple of large bookshelves. Large for a gnome. It's everything's made to be comfortable, it looks like, for you. There is a beautiful desk, looks to be a rather comfortable chair, ink, quills, 2 bookshelves. On the bookshelves, you do see a decent selection of parchment, a couple of extra ink pots, a couple of extra quills. Bottom of the bookshelf, you do see a row with about 15 candles sitting on it.
Go.
Okay. They're gonna go on over there and just kind of pop a couple into their book bag.
Into your Jansport.
Into my Jansport.
As for the rest of you downstairs, I forgot to mention, I apologize. After this individual opened the door, came over and set down the 4 keys on the table.
Mm.
And then the top bar had a small lock on it, also got set on the table.
Should we open it?
No, it's just that lock. Basically, that door. It looks like everything based on this location was set up specifically with the 5 of you running it in mind.
Okay.
So it looks, as looking at it, you would, and anyone down in this room actually looking would probably put together that bar with a little latch on the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably directed at Lydia being the tallest in the group.
Right.
The other 4 locks in the middle. It's probably Snow, Moon, and Fury in the middle. The bottom 2 meant for Sarah and Artemis.
Okay.
Again, there's nothing saying you have to each gold one. You can have 1 person responsible for that door and have all 5. But it seems like everything this individual has set up was based on the 5, this core group.
Mm-hmm. So, each of us with a key, or do we want 1 person responsible for the keys?
I do not want to be responsible for all the keys.
I think everybody should have 1. Then if something happens to any of us, I mean, it's easily recoverable. But then if somebody else goes crazy, as you know happens sometimes, they can't get in.
That sounds like a good plan. Should we...
I'm gonna go see my bunk,
Okay.
and I'll run up the stairs.
Say, I don't think we're going to assemble the relic yet, so should we just close the drawer and lock up for now?
Well, we're going to have to do it tomorrow morning then. But I think getting used to the house is a good plan.
Okay. I guess I'll take a few more minutes to finish up eating, and then I'll head upstairs as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Sarah, what would you be doing?
I will grab a key. I don't know if it's the right one yet. I'll just grab one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
me
follow.
too.
I'll follow suit and
Yeah,
take one for myself as well.
I'll take a key, but I want to try and see what's going to happen if Sarah just starts like cleaning the like banquet table. Like trying to put basically like Thanksgiving is over style, like take all the dishes to the kitchen if there is one kind of deal.
So yeah, there's as you start, take us a couple of minutes first. You do find the kitchen area.
Mm-hmm.
It's off of this eating area there. So you're in basically we'll call it like the family style dining room. It's got a really oversized table, bunch of seating that people just sort of plop down and sit beside.
There's many leaves in the table.
Off of the back end of the room, there is another doorway, leads into an actual cooking area with almost like a ship-style cooking fire like you were used to. So the big sort of brick circle, massive pot over it. Then there is like an oven, an actual cooking surface, counter space. You've got it looks like a fairly nice kitchen. Unbeknownst to Sarah yet, as you haven't been upstairs, it looks, as you're looking at this, you can tell at least that the kitchen is designed for higher traffic than the five of you.
Okay.
But it's, as you're looking through and you're starting to bus off the table, bring some of the plates and stuff in here, as you're opening some of the cabinets, you realize that you have a decent stock of dried goods already. So things like flour, spices, sugar, things that are going to make Sarah and her baking habits very happy.
But Sarah doesn't trust the cabinet.
This is true. But it looks like this individual has had some knowledge of all of you.
Okay, like squint at the. I guess I can't really look in the higher cabinets, but in the lower stock stuff, I'm just gonna kind of be like, nope, and close.
Make a perception check.
Okay. 13.
Okay. As you're sort of opening some of these lower cabinets and taking a squint at it, you actually see something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rather interesting looking emblem that you're familiar with.
Uh-huh.
And underneath it, in halfling, is printed a single word. Well, I don't know if it would be a single word in halfling, but one phrase I'll call it. Fate touched. It looks like it's just a small scrap of paper. It literally looks like it's a scrap of paper. Somebody scribbled it down on it. She'll look here eventually and stuck it there for you.
I'm gonna take it and like stuff it in like my pocket or like in the bra or whatever.
And then as we pan back upstairs, is Lydia, Snowmoon, and Fury are all sort of charging upstairs. And again, you see much the same as Artemis did. As you're pressing down, you can see the sort of open bunk area on the left. And then as you go down further, you do see the door creaked open that says owners. Artemis, would you have closed your door after you went into your room?
Would
Or would you have left it open?
Probably open.
Okay, so as you sort of walk into this semicircular room. You can see the first door is open, and then you see the remaining doors: Lydia Furia, Sarah Snowmoon.
I'll leave the art and run into my room.
Okay. Lydia, as you charge into yours, the first thing you notice is a bed that puts a California king to shame. This thing is probably almost 10 feet long.
Oh, this is everything
It's-
I've dreamed of and so much more.
It is
You just
probably
keep
the
rolling.
first-
Yeah.
This is probably the first time in your life that you've laid on a bed and your feet have not hung off the end of it.
Oh.
I get on my knees and I cry to Fjord. Oh, Njord. Thank you, Njord.
As you're looking around, you see there are other smaller touches in here that you're picking up on. You do see a couple of things that you would use for some of your clerical rituals. But you also see a lot of nautical themed, just little decor touches.
Nice.
So you'll see, as you're looking around, you'll notice that there is basically like a ship's steering wheel is mounted on the wall. A small length of netting on one section of the wall. Doesn't look like it's functional, but just little pieces to make it seem slightly more ship-like. Furia, as you head into yours, first thing you notice is almost think, and I guess I'll say think of like a kid's like treehouse themed dream room. As you come running in, the first thing you notice is there is just what looks to be almost a tree growing out of the ground in the corner of the room. Just moving with the side of the building, coming up, a couple of small branches coming within. The bed laying beside again is sized a little oversized for you, not to the extreme that Lydia's is, but it's again to make sure that you are comfortable within. You notice there are a couple of other things on there. Again, small desk, comfortable chair, small bookshelf. On your bookshelf, there are a couple of small books already present. Looking at them quickly, you notice that they are referencing Druidic tribes. And one of them mentions the Lost Rings. As we jump...
Yeah, her eyebrows shoot up way, way high at that.
Snowman, as we jump over to you, would you be... you said you were following them up shortly after?
Yeah, so he would have walked into his room.
Oh, okay. As you come in, this is somewhat disconcerting for you. As you walk in, and it almost feels like a homecoming. As you walk in, and this room is laid out very similar to how your clan laid out their typical, I guess I'll call it for, I'll phrase it an adolescent, so like a single individual, as much as they focused on their beliefs and their structure.
Mm-hmm.
Before you got to that age and you were on your own, that the sleeping quarters, the training dummy in the corner, racks to hold your armor and your weapons, a small station, like a, I'm going to call it a blacksmith station. That's not quite the right word for it. But basically a spot where you can sit, work, sharpen your weapons, maintain your armor, things of that nature. all set up within the room, as well as a small area for you to meditate.
Okay. Yeah, I guess he's like a little, little bit uncomfortable, like you said, seeing some of it. So, and he sees the dummy, and like just almost like on instinct, like he'll just start like practicing with his blade just to try and like focus his mind elsewhere, basically.
Did you ever get your blade back from Fury, or is it still in the back?
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't. Okay. I guess he'll just take his armor off and just his robes on, but he'll put the armor like stow it away properly in the area. Just something to keep his hands busy.
And then Sarah, would you eventually be making your way upstairs, or are you just dealing with downstairs?
I'll eventually make my way upstairs, yeah.
Okay. So eventually it takes you probably a good 20 minutes if you're planning on clearing this whole table. I mean,
I thought you meant to get up the stairs.
Oh, no, not that bad. The table's got a decent chunk of food on it, but you managed to get it away. The stuff that can be sort of salted and preserved, you take care of that quickly. Eventually, you've had your way upstairs. Again, as you eventually find your way over, see the other rooms open, find your way into your room. As you walk in, you notice little touches. An old shirt. Looks like one of your husband's. It's laying over the headboard on the bed. Chair sitting in the corner. A small shawl hung over the side of it. Again, desk, chair, but that your eyes keep trailing back over to that shirt. As your mind can't help but wander and just remember the two of you sitting together on the front porch, slowly rocking. His hand reaches over and lightly interlocking fingers.
Matthew, turn on your location. I just want to talk.
As he turns to look at you and say, I have a meeting in the morning. It's shortly before dawn, but I should be home by midday. And pulls your hand up and kisses your knuckles. And you watch as he heads down the path wearing that same shirt.
Don't look at me! Okay, cool. So Grammy's gonna close the door and go onto the bed. Do that thing where you put the person's shirt on the pillow, and Grammy's gonna have herself a little cry.
Oh.
Gonna make sure the door is locked too, if there's a lock possible.
There is definitely a lock on each of your rooms.
Okay, thank God. Grammy's gonna have herself some cry time. Grammy's gonna have one of those Lifetime movie dropped the heart of the sea off of the boat at the end of Titanic. Sorry for that 20-year-old spoiler. And have just like a good old granny cry.
Aw.
And as Sarah is settling down and having herself a cry on the pillow, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ooh.
Cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
the feel.
As we rip Sarah's heart out,
Yeah.
Put
lay
it
it
on
the
the
floor.
headboard. With that sick Hamilton reference.
Oh, I'm sorry, have I been watching that too much recently?
It's okay. That's the one part of the soundtrack where I start to cry. So it works.
It doesn't kill me till the song at the end. I can deal with that part. It's once the two of them are singing, it's like, oh no, I can't deal with it anymore. I can't do it. So if you haven't seen it, well, no, we're not sponsored by them. Go get Disney Plus so you can go see this thing and understand what the hell we're talking about. It's worth it if for nothing else than that.
Or just listen to the soundtrack on Spotify. I haven't been able to see the recording yet, but
if Disney, you're listening. No.
Listening's bad enough. Seeing it,
Oh yeah.
it'll destroy you.
You gotta see it.
So, that being said, thank you very much for being with us. We have, as you can see, we've made a couple of changes in things as drastic location change. So we will be back every week going forward. You may notice slight changes, but hey, we're gonna keep running through and see what happens as all of our party has had a little something of theirs turned on its head somewhat this week. So stay tuned. They've got a couple of potential leads, a couple of options, and a strange new benefactor. So before we disappear, though, we need to discuss a Nat 20 for next week.
Oh, Sarah, for the feels and for arguing with us, knowing why we were changing the format, but still being like, no, I gotta be true to character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, oh my god, I don't know what to do.
Hey, can I give you guys a sneak peek of my thought process? I didn't know how to read the room. I didn't realize that was what was happening. I thought that was an NPC I could argue with.
Oh.
And then I realized once the portal opened, I was like, wait a second, didn't Matthew say something?
Okay, well, it came across as playing a good
cool.
It
Anyway,
came
yeah.
across perfectly because it's like, I understand the concept. It's like, okay, how do you convince these characters? Because for the viewers at home who are still with us, there's reasons for this style change. So, but the characters, like as you saw, some of them tried to name drop some things for it to make sense for the characters. Sarah apparently didn't pick up on that, so it stayed true to character. It's like, well.
That's what
Shit, now I
happens
actually
when you're
have to
not
convince
able
the
to
character.
read, so confused.
Nah, it's fine.
It worked.
We will
It's
be
gonna
back
be-
next
Might
week.
need
So we've got a couple of votes for Sarah. So we will toss it at Sarah for next week.
Toss a coin
So-
to your witcher.
Toss a coin to
Great, so now
your
we're going to
granny.
get hit for Hamilton references and Witcher references. Yeah, we're definitely going to get
No, I
dinged by somebody,
sang
so.
it wrong. I always sing it off key so that Twitch doesn't come down.
Oh yeah.
Well, as long as we're the ones singing it, I think it's okay, because, but...
You're gonna smooth and groove it. You sing too perfect, you're gonna get copyrighted.
Yeah, that's why I sing so out of
Did
key.
you
It's
just
so
bring
easy.
up a Smooth McGroove reference? I ain't heard that name in a minute.
Yes, I did.
Oh, don't mind us, folks. We are completely insane, apparently, but hey, it's what we do here. So,
Yeah.
oh, that is weird. Snow Moon has become a drawing of Lydia. Well, technically of Sarah, but...
because I'm in Roll20 to see the
Yeah, I
maps.
know. I completely forgot about that. Well, it's again. I had to throw a temporary thing up for. Just apparently,
There we
Streamlabs
go.
doesn't want to read Discord tonight. So, thank you very much. Don't forget, we have stuff going on just about every night. We've got homebrew games like this. We've got campaign modules. We've got tabletop stuff, Mystic Hour, Star Wars. God only knows what. We're insane. If you're looking for something
Yup.
to do, you'll find something here. So, don't forget, folks, when life gets difficult and strange individuals come offering you a way out, don't argue with the creepy individuals. And remember, folks, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus.
Oh my god.
Bye.
Hey, good night.
Can our next NPC